Hello, I'm Susan Brackley, and I'm going to do a study in Ecclesiastes myself. I'm not going to do the study with you, but I thought I would share the things that I get from the study with you periodically. I'm not going to do it every day. It's just a study that I'm doing on the side. I've studied expositorily the book of Ecclesiastes 2 or 3 times before, but I just decided to do another study on this book because I absolutely love the book of Ecclesiastes. Is no book in the Bible that I don't love, but that one stands out to me as one that I really do enjoy. Anyway, I intend to make these very short. I'm not going to give you every single thing that I learned from this. I'm going to just give you the frosting on the cake, so to speak. I'm not going to go into the Hebrew words. I'm not going to go into what other commentators say, which I am going to do that on my own. But I'm just going to give you more of a shallow, but an explanation over the top of what's being said. And you can dig, okay? And I want you to. If I teach something that you're not sure that you is really there or whatever, I hope that you do. I hope it, exhorts you to go and dig deeper. But I'm going to do my digging, and then I'm going to just tell you kind of what I learned over the top. So I'm going to read Ecclesiastes 1, verses 1 and 2. And it says, "The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity." Okay, so again, different commentators say different sons, maybe of Solomon had written this. I mean, of David. But most people think that Solomon wrote it. I agree with that. I think that Solomon definitely wrote this, but that's what I'm not going to do, is tell you that that's something 100%, because different people disagree. Most people agree that it's Solomon. And I'm not going to tell you why. I did read up on all of the reasons why they think it was Solomon versus someone else, and it was really interesting. Again, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of everything, but I hope that you do. So anyway, the whole book of Ecclesiastes is a quest for the meaning of life, okay? So it's, if you want to know what's happening in life, things haven't changed, meaning man still wants the same things, and man still experiences the same things in life as they did back when. And Ecclesiastes pretty much is a thorough study on both of the above, what men and women want and what we desire in life, and some of the things that happen to us. I have some notes here. Ecclesiastes. First I say the word of the preacher, and that is, it means that just somebody that teaches, somebody that preaches, someone that tells others about God, okay, and teaches a congregation of people. In fact, the word Ecclesiastes, okay, it means ecclesiasta. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. Ecclesia in the Hebrew. And it means, it's the word that we use for church in the New Testament, okay? And it doesn't mean the church building, it means the congregation, the people that come together to worship, okay? So Ecclesiastes is the people coming together to listen to this preacher, Solomon, tell about life and why things are the way that they are and why they go the way that they go. Some things are fair and great and blessed, and some things happen to everybody or anyone, and they're not always fair, and they're not always something in our circumstances that we would think, oh, I knew that was coming. No, it's a quick blow to our lives sometimes, and he goes through all of that. And one thing that Solomon goes into a lot is, and I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I have some notes here. I'm going to back up just a little bit because I don't want to get ahead. I want to talk about Solomon just for a second, okay? He was the richest man that ever lived in those times, and the wisest man. He was the handsomest man. I mean, I don't know if he was the handsomest, but he was very handsome, the Bible says. He was influential. and he was powerful. Those are things that people seek still today. They want to be powerful, they want to be good looking, they want to be influential, they want, which is powerful, they want to be wise, and they want to be rich. Okay, well, you might find a rich man, but it doesn't mean he's going to be nice looking. And you might find a rich man that's not wise. And you might find a wise man that's not nice looking, or he's not powerful. His money's powerful, but he's not, a powerful person. But Solomon had all of these, okay? He was the idol of his age, okay? Solomon was definitely somebody that everybody looked up to, because he was what everybody would think was successful, all right? And what the book of Ecclesiastes is Solomon is trying to find out why and what makes people tick and what makes them happy and why do bad things happen and what is going on in this life. And he observed, he took the time and the money and his power and everything about him, and he took it like we can't do. If you could do anything in the whole world, what would you do? Well, Solomon did it. Solomon did everything that he wanted in the whole wide world that he could do. And he said there was nothing that he kept back from what his desires were. He did everything that anybody would dream to do, okay? And he, in doing so, saves us a lot of trouble if we just listen. Is he did all of those things, and his conclusion was, in verse 2, it says, vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Well, what does vanity mean? Well, I wrote some things down because I didn't want to forget them, but it means it's a futile attempt to live our lives, he's saying, without God. And I mean, you look at that first sermon, the first thing he says is emptiness, emptiness, meaninglessness. That's what he says. So much for the prosperity gospel, right? So when you look up vanity, it's hard to translate, but it means breath or a vapor or a puff of smoke or something that's fleeting, something that comes and goes so quickly. And James 4:14 says that life is like a vapor. It comes and it goes, it's gone, just about as quick as it comes, it's gone. And so what he's saying there is meaninglessness. All is meaningless. And then he says breath. It's just a breath. It's just a vapor. It's just a puff of smoke. That's all that, everything that I have concluded and that I have put my time into examining every crevice of everything I can think of. And he put a lot into it. And we're going to learn that each verse. He's going to take us with him through him examining this whole wide world. That what made the poor happy? What made the rich happy? What made the poor miserable? What made the rich miserable? And he's going to walk us through. We're going to go through this evaluation of everything under the sun. That means on this earth. Okay, he went to this earth and he looked for happiness. He looked for wisdom. He looked for riches. He looked for everything that would make a man happy. And why wasn't it making him happy? It didn't make sense to him. Why weren't people happy that had these things that everybody wants? And we're going to go through it with him, and I'm so glad, because that's really a neat thing. But anyways, some people want to know why Solomon was so pessimistic, it seemed, or so maybe depressive in his teaching on getting to know everything about life that you can know that might fulfill a person. Solomon sought after it and had it in his grasp. We can't always get everything in our grasp, but he got everything down here under the sun on this earth within his reach, and he had it, he owned it, and it still did not fulfill him. It still didn't make him happy. And he does have a lot of doomsday type of things to say, but it's because it was under the sun that he was looking at. It was down here, looking down here amongst mankind, a fallen man without God, looking for fulfillment and success down here in this life. is vanity. It's a vexation of spirit. It's like grasping after the wind. And you can't catch it because you can't control your circumstances. You can't control the repercussions of sin, because some of the things that people want in life are sinful. Some of the things people want in life aren't sinful, and he's going to go into all of those. And some things happen to us that are unfair and they're uncalled for, and he goes into that too. But anyway, I want to keep these very short, and I want them to be fun and mostly God-centered, that they would cause us to learn the lessons that God put this in his word. And he gave Solomon the ability to do this. I think it's wonderful because we still have people that are going after money. They're going up the ladder, and the last rung that they're on isn't enough. They got to keep climbing and keep pursuing. Having one person, a marriage partner, that's not enough. You've got to go and have sex with everybody now. And you've got to give up your family so you can go play, and you can spend all your money. And then something happens and you have no money. And Solomon went through a lot of this stuff, and he observed other people as well as himself and his experience in life, so that we don't have to make the same stupid mistakes, and that we can be pointed to our Creator, which is exactly what he says isn't vanity in this life. But anyways, these are short and hopefully sweet, because God's word is sweet. So anyway, we're going to start Ecclesiastes. I don't know. I can't promise you every Thursday, every Friday, every Monday. I'm just going to do them when I have time. I'm going to just surprise you with them, I guess, because it's not my main study that I'm doing. I'm doing other studies too. And so I do Ecclesiastes when I have the time. It's like a cherry on the cake, okay, on the ice cream top, because it's not something that I'm going to pick up and do every day. But when I do another verse, I will share whatever I dug out of it with you. And I hope you're blessed by it. And please pray for me. And I thank you for listening. Bye.